Once upon a time, two retired teachers decided to convert their garage into a pottery studio. Along with their daughter and son, they built a business around the idea that the world could use a little more art and a lot more artists. We're the Kaya family. Welcome to Wocky Pots. Hi everybody, how you doing? How you been? How are things? Shane and Diana for episode number 20 of our Coffee Time videos, where we talk about the things we did last week, the things we got going on this week, and everything in between them. Diana, what are we talking about today?
All righty. Well, I've updated our goal for the month of April and colored that in. The orange part is what we finished this past week.
We've been pretty busy.
We have been 25 pieces.
You did most of those pieces. Almost all of them, in fact.
Yes, but you were super busy and
I had a very tough time inventing lots and lots of new curse words this week, guys. It was tough. All right, so we will talk about maybe the thing that I did do first. You'll remember last week I had started a couple of really large vases that were going to be moche pots. I had one catastrophic failure, non-recoverable, nosedive into the Atlantic kind of a thing. That largest piece did not work, so I'm going to try that again maybe sometime in the future. But the thing that did work was this vase right here. And it did not turn out the way that I had originally intended. In fact, there was a time when I was really hating this. Like, I really did not like it at all.
and that's what it wanted to be.
For a brief moment in time, this one was very close to going in the chuck it bucket. But this is a picture. The tubes you see of the trees that actually connect to the vessel, and it could be filled and poured from if you really wanted to. I can't wait to see it when it's all dried, fired, and then glazed. I'm still thinking about how that's going to look. Now, that's pretty much the extent of what I did this week, except for spending way too much time on the larger piece that just didn't work out. I will have another piece. It's just that I'm going to start over from scratch for that. But this one, I'm now going to call completely finished with the modeling
it's
part.
Stunning. It really is stunning.
Well, I like it. It's a little heavier than I would like, but every piece is a little heavier.
And everybody that's seen it so far has just been like, oh wow.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
I kind of think it's kind of cool. Yep. So Diana, what did you do? It's like literally, she's going to say everything else, Shane.
Well, I made quite a few bowls because we had a bowl class Friday night. And I had to get the templates ready for the bowl class. So I did some measurements, and then I did the shrinkage calculator thing, and then I made the templates up that the folks were going to use. And so we ended up with 4 different styles.
Right, so we'll count them off.
Sure.
This is the first style right here in front. That's like a cereal
bowl,
right?
Yeah.
Or ice cream bowl.
This is a rice bowl.
More of a rice bowl size.
Yes.
Ramen bowl,
and then my personal favorite, the pasta bowl.
Right, that's going to be fantastic. Bear in mind, guys, the bowls might look large now, but they're going to shrink 12%.
Yes.
They will be smaller, and I think everything turned out really, really great. Just absolutely fantastic.
So,
these are the bowls that folks modeled their own bowls after when we did our bowl class the other night, and I'll show you pictures of that for sure, just so you can see what people were working on.
We had a great time.
Oh, it was great. It's a great class.
It was wonderful. And Mr. B has done a bowl to match his
Necronama cup that he made.
So there's a Necronama
bowl? We don't know. We haven't decided.
Yes.
Or he hasn't decided.
Yes.
So I'll show you pictures from the class. It went really, really well. The templates went great.
Wonderful.
Diana does such a great job with the templates.
Well, I try.
Yeah, so tell me about some of the other things.
Alrighty. Some of the other things, I wanted to make lots of vases this week. So these are the little mommy vases, and I am going to pick this guy up, and he's
bone dry.
Bone dry now. Bone dry, yes. Not bisque fired yet, but bone dry. And these are so cute, and they're going to be adorable.
You have a little beetle crawling on you. Let me get him. I got him.
Oh, I have a little beetle?
Yep, little tiny
Maybe it's
beetle.
Wocky.
Stay out of the coffee guy.
Yes,
Here, sit right there and
yeah,
watch.
there
Okay,
we go.
we have a live audience.
Yes. That's good. So I have several different styles of those done, and I did throw them off the hump. You taught me.
And that's a tough skill. You have to do that quite a bit to get used to it, but I think you're getting it.
And I still need some more practice on it, because every time I sit down to do it, I mess up several times before I finally get back into that rhythm of doing it. So I figure maybe that's something.
I put the Beetle down and he's on his back. Excuse me just a second, guys.
Oh,
He
no.
can't move. I gotta
Get him turned over.
There we go.
Oh, there he is. There he goes.
Now fly away, be free,
Yes.
little guy. Oh, he's on his back again.
Back on. Okay. He just likes us.
Oop.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just gonna stand here and hold a Beetle for a while. Anyway, he's a little smooth. Yes. He's got like a smooth black shell. I don't know what kind he is. Looks shaped something like a almost like a, what do you call it? Ladybug.
Yes, it's definitely spring here, guys. It's 72 degrees today, and the sun is shining, and the insects are out.
Yep.
And
we have
it's a good day.
Lots of stuff that we're going to do. So Dinah made her mommy vases. She has a little heart dish with the new turtle form.
Yes, and I have 2 textured vases, and these are purposely heavy and wider at the bottom, so that these can hold a nice bouquet of flowers. I am thinking that people for Mother's Day might really like something like this to put a bouquet in. And then,
I love the textures.
And then one that I made yesterday, I just love it.
A little chicken vase.
It's a chicken vase. So
now that would look good next to a stove with utensils,
yes.
cooking utensils.
It would, or it could be filled with flowers. Oh, Carolyn said chickweed.
Yeah, perfect chickweed.
Chickweed.
Yep.
So I had a grand time, but.
So I think we should probably address the elephant in the room, which is how we're dressed. So this is another thing that happened this week. Our costumes came in, our outfits came in for our Renaissance Festival type event, the SCA event, and I think we're pretty pleased with our outfits. I think we're a little greener than I had anticipated. I didn't realize Diana got everything green, and she didn't realize that I got everything green. So maybe that was a little. We should have worked together a little bit.
Great minds think alike.
Ours do too. It's funny how that works.
Well, I love it. And
anyway, so that's the deal with the weird outfits that we have.
I could honestly see myself wearing it every day. It's quite comfortable.
I don't think I could wear a dress every day. Oh, I might wear my costume though, maybe. Yeah. It's fairly comfortable. Yeah. I say fairly comfortable, but yeah. Yeah,
and last week, of course, was the eclipse, and we enjoyed our day off.
No apocalypse here. No. We did get 80% of an apocalypse during the eclipse, but 80% of the apocalypse turns out just like a normal day. So I think we're constantly and perpetually 80% apocalyptic here at Wocky Studio. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
But it was great. We'll throw up some pictures from the eclipse.
Yeah, because the little photo. What was that? The little
we made a little
theater.
And then you a little video, time-lapse video that I won't put the video up probably, but I'll put up our setup. Basically, we shined the light through a pair of binoculars onto another surface, a little paper or something surface, and then we're able to watch the eclipse that way. And Christopher had made viewing theaters, a couple of them, out of boxes, and we were able to view the eclipse that way also. And I will say that they worked great. They worked fantastic. We didn't actually look at the eclipse, so we can see today, which is cool. But it was fun.
It was.
So that what else besides the bowl class and the eclipse? What else did we do this past week?
We went to the home store and got a remnant.
Oh, right. So we went to Home Depot in Salisbury, which they have a lot more than our local Lowe's does here in Pocomo. And we picked up a remnant of linoleum. That's 6 feet by 8 feet. And we picked that up to make new mats for our slab roller. We're still using the mats that came with our slab roller originally. And we've put them to some really heavy use, and we just can't use them anymore. And if we buy slab mats that are made specifically for the purpose of rolling out clay, the mats themselves are $25 a piece, and we would need 2 of them. So we would need $50 to make one single mat for clay. And this remnant behind us, we'll be able to get, probably 4 or 5 complete ones out of it.
So that each one of our clays can have its own dedicated
slab mat. Yep.
Yeah.
And this was only $25. The whole roll was $25.
Yeah, that was a good deal.
Way cheaper than buying.
I'm looking forward
made.
to that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. What else this week? Anything else this
Alrighty.
week?
Well, I placed an order for some t-shirts.
Oh yeah, well, so we've got a couple of Wocky Pots branded t-shirts for us to wear during our setup of events and things like that. If they go well, if we like the design, we'll order more. As it is right now, we were kind of afraid of ordering a bunch of them because we're not sure if we're going to like it. It's going to have our Wocky Pots logo, and the shirts themselves are like a light lavender color. I think it's going to be great, but because we weren't sure, we only ordered 2 of them.
Yeah, and of course our canopy is purple, and then the Wocky Pots logo itself is purple and black and white, so we think will be nice and coordinated.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, it's going to be great.
So anyway, but you got a picture from the McQuaids.
Oh right,
Yeah.
so the Sunset Beach Bar and Grill asked us to make a dog bowl for them for dogs that come by. When people bring their dogs in, it's a water bowl. And we got a nice picture. I'll definitely show that. So McQuaid family, thank you very much for sending the picture. And I'm very glad to see that the bowl is being used. That's fantastic. So I'll show you guys that picture. But that was very nice. That was very cool to see that.
It's nice to see it in use.
Right.
I just love that. And another picture just came in. I haven't even told you about this yet.
It's a mystery.
It is. Crystal, you remember how she got me to make her 1-word cup for the year and a tea infuser in that. She now has a video up on TikTok of her using it and putting in the different things that she's using for her tea. And so she told me we could use that.
Oh, fantastic. Very good.
So we'll be putting that on for you guys. But it just made me smile so much to see her using that and that the tea infuser was working beautifully.
Oh, good. We were
so
worried
excited.
about that. You never really know until it's actually used. So I'm very glad.
Yeah. So and I just got a message in from her with that. So I hadn't even shared that with you yet. So
well, thank you for sharing it with me live and
yes, you all knew it at the same time.
Yeah, cool. So what else from this past week?
That's it, I think, from the past week. I think we've touched on everything from the past week. We did get a question. I had a lady contact us this past week. Her name is Bella.
Hi, Bella, if you're watching.
And she was asking, were we a type of place that she could just run in, grab a piece of pottery off the shelf, and paint it? And so I had to reply to her, no, that's not the type of pottery business we are. And when it kind of made me make a connection, because last week how we had that person at the event ask us, did you all make
We
this?
had a couple of people ask us if we made this.
And I couldn't understand why people would be asking us that. And then all of a sudden, when she sends that message, I'm like, oh, I see. Because back in the 80s, it was a big hobby where people would have molds. And sometimes people could go to those places and they could pour the slip into the molds. It would get fired, and then they could get instruction on how to glaze that piece.
Right, so they wouldn't make their own molds up. They would use molds that were already done. And most of the time in these places, you would pour the liquid slip in, which is very thin mixture of clay and water, and then when it dried, you would take it out of the mold, trim it up, and then fire it like normal pottery from there. Now, once it's fired, you could either paint it with glazes and then glaze it, or you could just paint it with acrylic paint and then put a clear coat on it. Because if it's just decorative, you don't have to eat out of it. So painting it with paint is perfectly acceptable. Right.
So paint your own ceramics, paint your own pottery. It's concerned with the whole painting process of the piece. Whereas in our studio, We are concerned with the making of the piece. We're concerned with going from a lump of clay to something that you see in front of you, and then we glaze it, and
then it's something that you
so.
can
But
use.
we're creating something. We're
Right.
bringing something into being that had not already previously existed.
And those paint your own pottery places are nice. They're great. Certainly
Yeah.
good for parties and for kids.
Yeah.
And it's just a different style of craft and art and hobby. And it's just another way to do it. It removes that first step where you do the sculpting and the creating. But after that first step, everything else is pretty similar. If you don't know if you like to glaze pottery, checking out one of those paint your own pottery places might be a good place to start. For us, that's only the last part of a piece of clay's journey, from being a lump of basically dirt from the ground into something you can actually use.
So, but thanks to Bella asking that question, I've decided that I'm going to make up a display board, one of those science boards like we used to use in school for science fairs, and put the process that we go through and put some photographs and things like that, so we can kind of help educate people about how pottery actually comes into being. Because if someone's not familiar, they really don't have any concept of where it came from. And if their experience has been that, oh, you get it off of a shelf because it came from China, a factory in China making thousands of pieces, and then you painted it, that's a very different, a different way of doing something. So that it's important for people to know how pottery is made totally from scratch. So I want to do that.
Yeah, so we'll try to educate folks a little bit, but so that answers what we're going to call the question from this week.
Yes.
Yep. All right, so what do we have coming up next week?
Alrighty. Well, next week might begin right after videoing.
Right. If we are able to get out today, we're going to start doing our raku firing today. We might today, because it's a beautiful day outside.
Firing number 2.
We might actually do a raku firing because we have lots of raku pieces already bisque fired, and we're ready now to stick them in the raku kiln.
Yes.
And we'll glaze some and horsehair pottery some, and it'll be great.
Yes, so we're really interested in that, and Carolyn's going to come over and help with that whole process. So it's going to be a fun afternoon, and then I think we're just doing pizza for dinner. So
yep, that'll be good.
It's going to be a fun afternoon. very low key kind of afternoon, and just enjoying the process of raku. This coming week, we actually. Art classes ended last week, so Tuesday and Thursday are free this week. The following week, our homeschool clay classes begin. But on the days that we would have normally been doing an art class, we're going to be doing 2 days of glazing because, as everybody can see,
we didn't get our glazing done, guys.
Nope.
And we have more to do now.
Yes, but there are times when you want to just make. And then there's times that you want to glaze, and I was in a making mood, and so, but it's okay. It will all work out. Yes. And of course, you're going to be making some more big objects.
Right. So this guy's done, right? But I got to make another one. It's going to be quite different. I'm already kind of planning it in my head what's going to look like, and it's not like this one.
Yeah.
This is cool. The other one's going to be different.
I wanna try making some more of the mommy vases because I know I need to keep practicing that skill in order to retain it. I just don't feel like it's fully there yet.
Right.
So I'm gonna make some more of those and whatever else I can come up with, because
it will be a fun week of making, no matter what we make.
Yes, so that'll be fun. We do have another class coming up this Saturday.
3 spots available, is that right?
Yeah, just 3 spots.
3 spots available for a class this Saturday.
Yes, and it's a plant pot. So we're going to be making a plant pot with an attached saucer and drainage holes in the sides, and the folks will get to use some texture rollers and things like we did in the bowl class, and that'll be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. A lot of our same folks that we see a lot of, and then we have 4 new people coming. So it's always nice to meet some new people.
We
and
have
make some
3
new
empty
friends.
seats available for
Yes.
that. If you're interested, send us a message through Messenger on Facebook, probably the best way to do it. But I'm looking forward to the class. It's going to be a great class.
Yeah, it is. We'll have a grand time. But other than that, it's just going to be us in the studio this week. So that'll be
I'm actually looking forward to having a couple more days
Yeah.
of just making stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we'll gear up the next week and be
We'll go
ready
from
to
there.
have a group in again. So
Yep.
it'll be wonderful, but so much to do. And we do have some tinkering to do to the raku kiln before we can get it fired.
Right, I gotta trim it up a little bit, some
So
of the
I-
insulation, and adjust the distance from the
Yeah.
burner to the barrel.
So I guess I have to take this off and get into my jeans.
Yep, we're gonna have to get into our regular work clothes. We could trade it up, and you could wear my clothes, and I can wear your clothes. Maybe not. Maybe not.
But I just love this.
Yeah,
This is
Diana says
fun.
I look cute, you guys.
He does. He looks really cute in it.
Why? Thank you. I think you're beautiful as always.
Oh, thank you.
Is there anything else we need to talk about today?
No, there sure isn't.
All right, well, let's wrap it up because I see that my microphone is crapped out again, so
I think it might have been crapped out the whole time.
maybe the whole time.
We might be buying a new microphone.
Yay, new microphones. Anyway, that's going to finish it up today for our Wocky Pots. Please like and subscribe. If we get to, we need about 108 more people to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then we'll start doing regular how-to videos. I believe when we checked this morning, we were at 192. We need
Still climbing.
Yep, still climbing. We need
Yay.
300 subscribers. When we get 300 subscribers, we'll do regular how-to videos that show some of the things that we do here in the studio, step by step, so you can follow along.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys very, very much.
We do appreciate every one of you. Please have a fantastic day. Toodaloo, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care. Have a fantastic day no matter where you're at. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.